I have a quick little announcement to make right before getting everything ready for tonight's show. I happen to check our stats in the YouTube world, and lo and behold, no real updates on subscribers or anything like that.
We lost one.
We lost two, as a matter of fact.
We lost two.
But you know what, though? You know what got me going and ecstatic for tonight's battle? And I know we live. It's okay, because I want this on film. Couldn't help but notice a little comment in one of the past videos in today's, check out what's going on in your YouTube page. And it happened to be the man DJ Scratch.
Oh.
Giving the like to the motherfucking best DJ Scratch song of all time. Or beat, nice. Right? And he said, I'm honored by this. And I was like, oh shit.
Nice.
So I implore you all to go. I hope you can hear me. I know you're not on screen, but I hope you at least hear me. Please, everybody go and like that comment. Again, it's the DJ Scratch. I believe it's the full episode. If it's not, check all of them. There's not that many.
Nice.
And cling, 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 and let's comment. Maybe we can get a little dialogue going with the God, you know what I'm saying? See, because he's honored. Maybe he'll be honored enough to want to step in here one day and, make a final decision on a tie-breaking game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yes, I digress.
All right, EBR, we getting there. We getting there.
You are in tune to Eats, Beats, and Rhymes, and tonight we bring you another special episode of the 5 mic dissection. That's right, we're taking on the Source Magazine's 5 mic rating system and going through the entire list of albums that have been granted this honor of the 5 mic rating system. The Source Magazine, if you don't know, if you're too young to understand, it was an actual physical magazine at one point in time that you could thrum your thumbs through and your fingers and read articles. And part of the big article every month was dissecting every single album that came out that period and ranking it. 5 mic, meaning classic. It was amazing. Tonight, we will be talking about album number 4 on the list. Album number 4 on the list. That's right. We've gone through 3 already. If you don't know, you can catch it right here. You can catch it right here. Catch the other one right here. You know what I'm saying? But album number 4 on the Source Magazine's top 5 mic list. We are talking tonight about New Rochelle's own brand Nubian, one for all, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Make some noise for tonight's 5 mic dissection. Brand Nubian. Man, I'm excited about tonight because, we all grew up listening to Brand Nubian. We all learned, I learned a bunch of stuff. I didn't even know what it meant 2 years later. Like, so I was spitting 5% knowledge. I didn't even know it. I was spitting knowledge. God, I didn't even know. I was enlightened. Didn't even realize that I was this spiritual at a young age. But that's what's going on. We're talking tonight again. Brand Nubian, one for all, the 5 mic dissection. And don't forget, every Monday night, we bring you hip-hop discussions just like this with Who Do You Got, the singles edition, and now the 5 mic dissection. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, joining us live in the chat room. You're more than welcome to join us here. And if you're watching at home on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell because you got to be privy to all the content we're dropping. We're going to go and start tonight's conversation. Again, it's not a battle. Tonight, we just talk about the love that we have for this album and all the albums that are on this list, like I said, because they got the classic rating. And when I hear to dissect why did it get it, should it have not gotten, no. We're just here to talk about the album under the today's, what you say, under today's magnifying glass, 2024. Right. What is it like going back and listening to these classics? Because they're classics. If they got the 5 mic rating, we're throwing the word classics around. Sorry, DJ Hobo, but it's the truth. We're throwing the word classics around. But this time I think you could feel me on this because literally that's the definition of the 5 mic. It means classic. Let's go ahead and start out how we usually do. It's 5 rounds of conversation. Again, we do this every Monday night, 5 rounds of conversation about tonight. And we want to start off with the first chapter. Let's actually name off chapters. We're going to be talking about singles. We'll be talking about lyrics. We'll be talking about production. We'll be talking about the infamous skip factor. And then last but not least, did it age well? And again, we will go around discussing that. Make sure you join us in conversation in the chat room. Shout out to Dreddy in the chat room. I see you, Playboy. Let's go ahead and start it off. Like I said, I think it's only right we start off with some singles. Let's talk about the records that brought this album to the light. Again, Elektra Records release. So I think it's safe to say Sylvia Rhone was there at this time. So she had always had a really good eye for talent. bringing on Brand Nubian over there. We're talking about Grand PUBA, Sadat X, Lord Jamar, and I believe is Alamo official member? Like he's official member, right? Alamo, DJ Alamo.
Yeah,
I think so.
I believe so. So there you go. The original members right there dropping their debut project back in 1990. As a matter of fact, the 4th of December, 1990. So almost on the cusp. You can go to 91 if you will, but you can hear all the eagerness and the flavor and the just the passion and what, you know, I would assume was a lot of demos turned singles on this album. I wanted to, like I said, let's talk about singles. Let's talk about this project again. It's a classic. We have 5 songs to talk about that are listed as the overall singles from One for All. Let's talk about the All for One, obviously. Let's talk about Slow Down. Let's talk about Wake Up. Let's talk about Feel So Good. And let's talk about Brand Nubian, the actual song. Where should we start, guys? I leave it up to you. I mean, what song is something you want to hear off the bat when we talk about the singles for One for All?
I got one.
What's that?
Can we start? Well, I think the most, to me personally, the most significant single, I think Slow Down. Did we start with that one?
Okay, starting out hard.
There's no buildup, just straight smack in the face. It's Mike Tyson style. You know what I'm saying? 15 seconds in, here we go. Let's talk about the classic Slow Down by Brand Nubian.
Is the T-top connection. What makes it clear you love to smoke the rules. The crackheads and crackmen, they come up to my door. I don't smoke jump, so what they knocking for? Kids love to feel on your feds, gotta steal on your street time is limited to days. On your crack card, they're getting only agencies will come back. Damn, Mrs. Shane, you're the mighty queen of vows with a wide-eyed look and a rotten tooth smile. Used to walk with a swagger, now you simply stagger from one spot on to the next spot, on to the next spot, on to the next. Get a job, for me you won't rob, cause I smack you with a hose filled with sand. Now give that to the crack man. You was fly once, now you're losing all your front. Started off light, only tip of woolly blunts, but now you get a stripe, graduated to the pipe. Took a long pull, pipe, yeah. Head crack, you smoked up that stack in a minute you was back. Hey yo ex, wasn't that your girl? Yeah, I had to drop her cause she caught on the plastic and I just couldn't stop her. Slow down. Slow down. I knew this girl named Tropicana. She's always juicing, producing cash from a sexual task. She loves men that trick like Halloween and treat. You ain't paid and your grade is incomplete.
Incomplete. On that
gotta flash dollars.
Wow.
Can we talk about this song briefly? Because there's a bunch of other songs. Matter of fact, we don't have to play every single single, but absolutely need to talk about this one. Good call. Who wants to start? I mean, One for All. This is definitely one of the first songs I remember from them because I know there's a different order. Technically, in terms of the order for singles, it's actually the exact opposite of the way I listed it. Brand Nubian being first, the single. Feel So Good, Wake Up, Slow Down, All for One. So Slow Down was kind of a little on the later side of things, but.
Wait, say that again because I could have sworn "Feel So Good" was the first single.
That's what I thought.
It very well could be, and again, I'm going strictly off the Wikipedia gods, the Wikipedia hip hop god. But it says Brand Nubian, the song, released in 1989, Feel So Good in 1989. No dates. Wake Up, November 7th. So that starts to give dates now. Wake Up was November 7th, 1990. Slow Down, March 27th, 91. And then All for One in 92. So again, this is an album. We're talking about the early 90s. Yeah. An album could stretch. This is like a 89, 90, 91, 90, 4-year stretch. By the round this album. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting because it's, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it. I mean, what do you guys want to talk about when it comes down to Slow Down, for example?
Well, the first 3 singles, like I felt like it's like a slow build up to when it came to Slow Down. You that's why you were paying attention.
It's true. I think, man, even in terms of like defining it by production, which we'll get to, I almost feel like Slow Down was almost like recorded later, but the album came out in 1990. So it's like, you do end up with, again, at this time and place in hip hop where a lot of your demos end up on your album. You know what I'm saying? And you get caught up in what is, you know, the sound of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think records like Feel So Good, for example, have a certain kind of like, I don't know, kind of shimmy to them that probably was a little more resonant in like 88, 89. You know what I'm saying? But Slow Down, I don't think there's much we could talk about so except just keep going like this, like, you know, keep giving its praise.
I mean, I'll say this real quick, Jules. I think Slow Down, because I think for that, I think the most shocking thing to me, well, not really shocking, but they used Edie Brickell. Like that right there. And then they used it and then made it a dope hip hop forever classic. Yeah. Like I think that's like the elephant in the room with this particular single. Like to use a record like that, but then make it to where now people are now sampling the brand Nubian records for like hooks and quotables in it. That by itself proves just what a phenomenal record this is.
Can we talk about the use of the Edie Brickell sample also being recent?
Yes, that's what that was.
Maybe like a year old by the time they sampled it. Yeah, it was like, oh, you just took that. Like
how did they pull that off?
Just used that. And they probably pulled. It could be similar label, you know. I mean, again, it was very recent, so it's very possible.
But then also too, when we think of hip hop back then, the fact that it's recent, this is kind of an unknown hip hop group, right? With Gods and the Earths, kind of theme. So
it makes them hippie.
It makes it, but I think, right, because you're also coming out of like the Public Enemy era, you know, with certain groups that have like consciousness, right? So I'm surprised that they were able to use it, because groups with consciousness, even in that time, for that to be such a popular pop kind of record, for it to be used right away, that was shocking.
Maybe could have been a factor of we don't think that it's going to go anywhere.
Right.
Because remember,
there's always that possibility. But I also think at the same time, they're signed to a label. And this is, you got to imagine they're signed at late 80s, right? I think if you think and this is, again, that time. Today it could be a different story. Like, I don't know, maybe, but like you think you're out of there when you signed that dotted line back in the 80s. You're like, we out of here. And everything you're making is like, we out of here. And I think we can tell, which we're going to discuss throughout the rest of the evening, the vast variety of like, let's make sure we got a reggae track. Let's make sure we got a funk track. Let's make sure we got a New Jack Swing track. Let's make sure we got a hip hop song.
There was no formula.
The gamut.
There was no formula. They covered every base for that just in case. Again, this is Jive Records, right? Is this Jive? No, it's Lecture. My bad. They ended up going. Yeah, they went they went Aristolator, right? My bad. But again, this is a Lecture record, so they can like we have the powerhouse behind us. We just got to give them the ammunition. And again, you can't fault them for. I mean, just look at the variety of singles. Again, Slow Down compared to.
Yeah, but I don't think their lyrical content didn't really differ very much, and their lyrical content, which I was going to bring up, is something that I think is pretty amazing about Slow Down itself. Obviously they're kicking knowledge throughout the whole album, 5% knowledge at that. But Slow Down is a record that people play in a party.
Yeah.
People know the words to it, but it's a song about about crackheads and about and about the society being fucked up.
Everybody. Right. You again. This is a time and place, right? Now everybody knows it. But our generation, I remember being at a party or a club or something like that, and that record come on. You're right. This is a party record. We can move to this, and even the women would be like, "Bitch, get a job for me, right? Because I hit you with a hose filled with sand."
I mean, even this record is proving the fact of just how socially hip hop was at this time, where you can have these kinds of topics and put it out there and still make it fly at the same time without having to be corny, you know, because now for the current state of the music, we are, again, like I always say in this channel, we are so far removed from what, you know, that time period used to be.
Yeah,
that's true. It's true.
That's one thing that I've hit me listening to this again, because I won't front, I haven't listened to this album in a while, the whole thing. But I miss music like this, man. They don't make music like this anymore. And I hate sound like an old person when I say that, but they don't make music like this anymore.
Nah.
I don't know what happened. I'm sure there's someone out there in the underground, who's not mainstream, right? Who's making music like this. But this was a mainstream shit. Like they play, I'm sure they played this on the radio in New York. I know they played on the radio where I live.
They say the rumor in New York on the streets, even at the time, was that this was one of the most, again, this was the height of bootlegging at the time. This was one of the most hip hop bootlegged albums at that time, as far as the East Coast. So this album never went gold, technically. Never. To this day.
Wow.
So I wanted to chime in and say something right quick, because I think this is something that we kind of touched on last week. So listening to this album and going back to what we were talking about Dead Prez. So Dead Prez is along that line of conscious music and then doing hip hop as well too, which is this like you can dance to conscious music. And I think Jamal has something to do with Dead Prez getting signed, if I'm not mistaken, as well too.
Yep. He actually, I believe, he's executive producer of their first album, the one that's on Loud Records.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Lil Jamar is definitely involved in the presentation of Dead Prez to us the first time around on Loud Records. I do want to play some more songs real quick, so like I said, we can kind of compare, the slowdown and some of the other aspects. Again, why don't we play a little bit of Wake Up? Which version do you guys want to hear? Again, so both versions are available. We have both versions, which would be I believe it's the Stimulated Dummies mix.
The other one.
The original.
The Reprise in the Sunshine. Let's play a little bit of that Wake.
Reprise in the Sunshine.
Peace to the God. Peace to Lord. Hey, yo, they go that brother Grand PUBA. Heard that brother got nonsense. Yo, true indeed, brother. Yo, let's have that brother come over and add on to the site. The attribute Haji helper to another God in need. He Allah God Islam as I proceed to civilize the uncivilized. Word and wisdom to the groove from the wise. I guess I'm like the verbalizer for the fact of moving blackwards. This Asiatic black man is a dog spelled backwards. The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father civilization, God of the universe. Manifesting thoughts with my infinite styles, making sure this travels 23 million miles. The other six I set the crucifix because the heart of the problem is this. Big on it, God. Preacher got my older putting money in the pan for the rest of the week. Now I'm eating out of soup can. He has a home, drives his caddy to town. Has my old earth believing that he's coming from the ground. Slain of those who fought for what was right. Slayed of those who fell victim to the pipe. A drug controlled substance contained in a vial. Said about a devil as he looks and he smiles. Good at the game of tricknology, but I have knowledge of myself. You're not fooling me. You see, the answer to me is black unity, unification to help our bad situation. I wrote this on a day of wisdom power. All being born of myself. I won't diss the next brother to be paid. It's not my trade, it's just a plan that is designed by the colored man. Now our babies are born to think this is the way of us. That's the way the devil wants it, so it is no fun. It's just that sad old song, self-destruction, to stop our reproduction. Then put our wisdom before us. That makes it wisdom, knowledge. But we need knowledge, wisdom to bring forth the understanding. Culture, freedom. Power, refinement. Equality, God build, destroy, bonds, our cipher. Get it?
Ooh, that's a good
Not
one.
nowadays, bro.
I want to give a quick shout. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat room. Like I said, I see a bunch of new people. Well, not new people, people that just joined us a little later. Like I said, shout out to Dreddy. I saw him earlier. Rob Boombastic is in the building. I see my man Mace Floyd up in here. Ooh, there's a bunch.
What up? DJ Smith. Yeah.
Who else did I miss? I feel like I missed one person. I definitely, my bad if I did. DJ Spartacus, matter of fact, shout out to you. Again, we're talking brand Nubian. Tonight's not a battle. Tonight's a celebration, a conversation. But at the same time, we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? If you got to keep it real, you got to keep it real. At the moment, we're having a good time. We're playing these singles. Round number one. Again, not a battle. It just happens to be round number one, level one. One dot next. we're talking the singles. We are talking One for All, the classic 5 mic recipient off that Source, number 4 to be exact on the list, on that Source 5 mic list. We just played a little bit of Wake Up. Did it really need a remix? Even though I do appreciate the remix. I like Stimulated Dummies early on. I do. But I mean,
Yeah, but I don't like that version. I didn't like that.
You don't like that version of the Stimulated?
Yeah, I didn't like that
I
version.
feel like this one kind of goes with like Slow Down a little bit in terms of like the vibe. Again, not a dance version, right? We can't play this one at the club. But I kind of feel it feels the same. What do you guys think about it? What was Wake Up a favorite
This version, yeah, this version remind me of like Ice Cube. It was a good day. You know, you want to put the tools down for the day.
Triple C said he don't want
Triple C broker in a peace deal?
Done down.
Why is it even with Triple C? Even with Triple C, you know, even he's claiming peace and he still sounds violent. Why you sound so violent claiming peace?
Triple C wants to carry the toast at all times. He doesn't want anyone to tell him to put the guns down.
When this song is playing, you go.
That's to tell Triple C no.
So yeah, I wanted to talk to you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Triple C put it right on the table, so I want to have a little conversation with you and the fellas real fast. Where this game is going. Okay, listen.
One Day of Peace.
One Day of Peace. Slow Down, Wake Up, 2 songs we played. Is there another song that we want to play before, you know, again, moving on to talk about more of this project, which will be the lyrics portion of it? I think it'd be remiss if we didn't play All for One.
I was just about to say that.
That's my joint, man, forever.
You know what I'm saying? Who started the rhyme on Wake Up right now? Was it Lord Jamar?
No, it's PUBA on Wake Up.
PUBA on the first one? On Wake Up? I was gonna say because I thought we got each member of everything we play. You know,
Wasn't it just PUBA on that song?
Matter of fact, it is. You're right. He's by himself. So boom, let's get a little bit more again of the original version. We could talk about the remix after we play this.
I'm sorry. Dreddy said Trip was eating pork rinds when this album dropped.
Oh no!
Watch the crumbs, Triple C. Watch the crumbs. It's evident.
No swine.
Triple C was eating vegan pork rinds. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds ludicrous right there.
Triple C, don't worry, brother. We all here. We all for one.
Yeah. One for all. It's all for one. I hear the beat of swinging notice if my name was David Ruffin. Quick to toast an MC just like an English muffin. Don't worry about a thing because the food was never bluffing. I get headaches from the whack. So then I take a buffin' and I max. I wait until the opportune time and then I tax. But shit, I max. Now they say sinning is for sinners, so I guess I'm not a sinner. Beginners for beginners, so I guess I'm no beginner. This is how I spark it. Put money in my pocket. When it comes to having pleasure, I get hard as a rocket. MC Grand Poo coming through all the residue. The songs are main classics dating back to the Babalu. My boys, I call them Op. The phones out of them jockin'. I can think of many episodes I swung in Lincoln Park. No, I'm not a phony and I got a tenderoni. Left the way she is not too fat, not too bony. Don't drink shake, I won't sink like a tanker. Knock the boots off a skirt in Casablanca and I think some apple stink like Engelbert Humperdinck. Better yet, Dick Cavett. I got a bad habit similar to the girl when she's got a habit. I think with the brain and I wish behind the zipper. I'm living kind of good, similar to Jack Tripper. A landlord named Roper did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly, I'll just play like God and I'm stick out your thumb and hits cause you've been cut off like a light switch. See, I'm programmed to slam with the summer, spring, or fall. Before I do a show, I get some kicks out the mall. Then I get my gear and I give Trevor a call cause he works in the barbershop right behind the mall. Other rappers try to rhyme me, but you know they got dead. To put it blunt, honey, I shrunk the kids. So book is back off, breaking off, here comes the regulator. Such as that's the time. One for all, brand Nubian. It's all for one, brand Nubian. One for all, brand Nubian. It's all for one, brand Nubian. On file is a style, that's why you call it a clip. My suitcases is packed and I'm going on a trip to Philadelphia. I go for self and still be slamming. The school bell is ringing and I call somebody cramming for the test. Oh yes, my study guy was thick. I cut you with my verbal, didn't hurt you, just a nick off your face. Don't play pounce, watch me and I'll blossom like a rose. And get some new clothes and I'm fresh straight from Rob.
Rob got his shout out. We're gonna leave it at that.
Derek,
Rob got shouted out twice. You got shouted out twice on the same song.
Mm-hmm.
Rob that guy. Clear.
You gotta respect a young Derek X at that point.
Yeah, man.
I had to pay a little bit. Again, Sadat is a beast. You all know what it is. Again, I just want to play a little bit of the singles. Like I said, I think All for One is a gem. What is it about the remix that was needed at this point? Because it's very similar. It's almost like they just laid the vocals down again and the beat changed slightly. Can we talk to the producers in the room? What do you guys know about the
Yeah,
remix?
remix is fire. The remix, I think, puts the track over the top because you can hear they went back in, added additional drums behind it, mixed it really, really nice. Redid the vocals. You can hear how they respit them like a little bit sharper. And that remix version to me is just it's fire. I mean it's the same song but with more intensity, more energy, more power. I love All for One, man. Like it's one of those records for me. I gotta play at least once a year just to make myself, you know what I mean, keep myself attached. You know what I mean? And
Why is the remix so difficult to find on DSPs?
I was
Like
actually, can you play
we have two versions on this very album of Wake Up. Why couldn't we? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't we get the remix? Again, it's literally the single because even the video version is the song we're talking about.
I mean, they might have did it after. I mean, you know, just to what you said, if they had a 4-year run for this album, then who knows when they did that? Who did the remix?
Did they think that this song was going to take off like that?
That too.
It might have been that. Again, when we talk about the release was 1990, but you got singles dropping in 88, right? You got to imagine them thinking, you know what? Again, it sounds a little dated. It sounds kind of 80s, and we're peeking into the 90s. Equipment was changing, sound was changing, equipment was getting better, sound was getting better. So it's like, let's just give them the same single, like you said. Let's just re-record it, give it more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if anybody's responsible for the production side of it. For the production side of mostly everything when it came to this project, it's really listed as brand Nubian self-produced with some stimulated dummies, some Dante Ross, which is kind of stimulated dummies as well. Dave Jam Hall, which we all know which track that is. And then you also Skef Anselm on Ragtime.
Yep.
Oh, you familiar with Skef? I'm not familiar.
Anselm gets props too.
Skef Anselm gets props too from the track.
Oh, all right. On the track.
Don't forget they are native tongue.
Yeah, they are considered native tongues. You're absolutely right. Brand Nubian was considered part of the movement of the native tongues. I mean,
I like the video too, man. Like the video to me is also cool because it's outside in New York. Like to me, looking at that, that's like nostalgia. Even though it's not when we think of New York like a Brooklyn or Queens, you know, it's still a classic New York look. Jamal got the 40 belows on, you know what I'm saying, dread swinging. Like it's just the epitome of like a New York hip hop video at that time also. And you know, again, just the lyrics are dope. Beats are blazing, man. It's just a phenomenal record all the way around, man.
Can I pose I don't know, sort of a striking kind of opposite, I don't want to say devil's advocate kind of situation, but we are talking about a classic album. We're talking about the singles at the moment. We definitely paused. We leaned on Wake Up, Slow Down, All for One. We did manage to skip talking about Brand Nubian, the song, and Feel So Good. What do we feel about that? So in terms of, again, I'm not here to, you know, round number one, is there a winner? There's no such thing as that, but it's more like, did they get the singles right? Did Jive, not Jive, I can say Jive, did Elektra get it right? Again, we're talking, this is even the order of it, according to the Wikipedia gods. Brand Nubian, the single, Feel So Good, Wake Up, Slow Down, All for One.
Play a little bit of Brand Nubian.
Let's play a little bit of that. I think it's, we all need this. Just, again, this is the first introduction technically in terms of the first sound out there. I think we got enough of that.
What's up? You don't like West Coast pimps,
to the
man?
rhyme.
You don't like West Coast pimps, man?
Okay.
Huh? You don't like slabs and Impalas and Daytons and, you know what I mean? Good weather.
I actually very much I actually very much do, but not while I'm being slung bean pies by the 5%ers, you know.
You don't want to be
Hey,
part of
look,
the
man.
Impala, kid?
Brand new function. A junction of three. Collaborate in. Status like phone. So slap palms, swing arms, tap souls. Cause no rock rolls down our hill. Yo, black hill. We don't roll no rocks, we just fill. Heads with knowledge, pure foundation. Showing and proving through the manifestation of our name, which is brand new. Brand Nubian, and we come to make people aware that black means first. 400 years we've been made to feel cursed, but now it's our time to rule.
A little bit of that feels so good too while we wrapping it up.
Yes, it's a test. Now rule is a town where we rest. If you were wondering, well, the ballistics finally in. Once again, brand Nubian. You and your girl can't see the three bars. Now she stays. Stick the funk, lyrics, throw it down to her PJs. Lay it on the floor and do work in 3 ways. After the party, guess what? Hey, yo, she still pays.
Feels so good.
So I remember the video for that. I definitely remember the video for
I
that.
remember
remember
the video for that too.
It was very native tongues-y, I remember.
Even how they were rapping was native tongues. That was very LONS type flow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
joined in at one point to say certain parts of the song.
It sounded like
Very-
it sounded like a
Very
tryout.
mellow-ish.
It sounded like a tryout.
A tryout?
Yeah, it's like, we got a group together. Let's do this.
Oh, shit.
Damn, the high school tryout.
Damn, Triple C. You
So
said this was that was the talent show entry? That's what that.
so you're saying, so what you're saying is this is the record that was recorded in 88, 87.
It sounded like it.
Yeah, I could see that. And I mean, listen, that's the thing again, you know, again, we just talked about it. Everything is changing. That's why like All For One, just to touch it back, that's why All For One, those other songs sound different as composed to like the album versions, because these came out, I think these songs came out really early. The label didn't know what to do. We're putting this group out. We don't know if it's gonna work. And this was just the first. That's why the first.
But let's keep it real. Again, I think one of the main reasons we do this, right, is to just keep it real. Again, I think we can play PC all day. Look, we love the album, but there's some songs that I feel like they dropped the ball on 2 of these singles, which happened to be the first 2 singles. I think they're very lucky to get a 3rd single, which ended up being Wake Up, and hit the fucking ball out the park with Slow Down, and then gave us All For One, again, the new version. I'm not too crazy.
I don't know, Jules. I feel like Feel So Good was a pretty good single, bro. It fit the time.
It fit the time. That's the thing.
time.
I think it fit the time.
You gotta, yeah, that's the thing. You gotta remember. Like I was gonna say that you spoke about the album being done or recorded over the 4-year span, but it's also about what else was out at that time. You know what I mean? So this can compare to get that 5 mics and this, that, and the third. So feels so good.
Rakim, EPMD,
Mm-hmm.
You know, other great examples. Again, keep from your side of town. I'm giving you guys, you know, you should be chiming.
Here we go.
Yeah, it can't just be a conversation. It can't just be a conversation. It can't just
You know
be
what
a
it is?
conversation.
You know what it is? It's that Ike. See, this is that. See how the 5 boroughs stick together like a fist. This is like that outside cousin shit. Like the second generation trying to stick together. You got Westchester,
Word,
Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Even Roosevelt Island. We even throw you guys Roosevelt Island. Like you could make that part of your collectors. You keep little Roosevelt Island. It's fine.
Are you saying that?
God, we spoke with
Are you
the
saying that about
brothers.
Yeah, Jules
Mount
is so
Vernon, Yonkers, like.
That's,
Yo,
that's
why
brand
don't
Nubian.
you come on? Yo, come on through to the island, Jules, and get lost, man. Come on, hang out.
According to you,
Dudes is like that video on.
Don't do it to him, man. Don't do it to Jules.
According to Ike, I'm already on the island, right? So that was
Yes,
what am
you
I?
are.
I'm here, baby. I'm outside. What's going on? Ain't nothing gonna happen. Listen, we are gonna wrap things up with round number 1 of discussion. We decided to take on the singles. We got to play a little bit of everything. Like I said, these are the 5 official singles that came out on One For All. We all have a little bit of a different take on it. Some agree that all these singles work. Some don't. Well, I don't. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me or not. But
Don't put words in my mouth. Pause.
Here you go. So then we got Brand Nubian, Feel So Good, Wake Up, Slow Down, All for One. Again, these are all the singles that were off this classic project. Let's move on to the second portion of the night's discussion. We talk about the lyrics. Let's talk about the lyrics. Let's discuss the lyrics. What are they talking about? What are they saying?
Freddie said he'll stand in for you when you get lost out in Long Island.
Word.
Is Long Island like Jersey? You can't make any lefts or some shit?
No, that's Jersey. That's Jersey.
Yeah, your distant cousin. Let's talk, you guys are united. Let's talk about again the lyrics portion of the evening. Again, all 5 night dissections will take place when we play music all night, and we'll be talking about singles, lyrics, production, the skip factor, and did it age well. We are on to the lyrics portion of tonight's conversation. I mean, I can ask the room, guys in the chat room, if you guys want to let us know what songs, we know which songs we like. You know, we talked about the singles, but if you want to bring up lyrics, and if one of the songs that are considered the singles are something you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Same thing goes for this room. But I mean, what other songs, for example, grab your attention when it comes to the lyrics kind of, because this is a very important portion of what I think people talk about when it comes to Brand Nubian. It wasn't just the image. It wasn't a flash in the pan style. It wasn't a singular type of production. We know that already. I think it had to do with again their delivery, right? This 5% sort of delivery that we need. I didn't know at the time was even going on right before my very eyes. Maybe some did. What lyrics or songs should we talk about in this particular chapter of Brand Nubian One for All?
For me, it almost kind of felt like it was a Grand PUBA album with features. You know what I'm saying? It kind of felt like that, and like his flow and his lyricism, him as an MC, was his display. I felt was all over the album. Not necessarily I loved every track, but you know what I mean. Like there's not too much. This album is very high on lyrics, so I feel like you're not gonna miss if you pick any one record for lyrics. It's just gonna be whether you like that record or not. You know.
Sure.
Right.
And remember, PUBA was out
Drop the
first.
bomb.
Hold on, one at a time. Say again.
I'm saying PUBA was out first. Oh,
PUBA was out first.
Hey, I was just gonna say, Dreddy said talk about Drop the Bomb.
Ooh, Drop the Bomb. Okay, we can talk about Drop the Bomb. I personally had that on my production side, but do you guys feel that that's something we want to play in the lyrics portion? Dreddy, we'll throw you the alley-oop on that.
We could play Drop the Bomb, or we could play Step to the Rear, which is what Rob on back.
Step to the Rear. I personally had Step to the Rear
for production. I had that for production.
To the Rear, Grand PUBA's on the rock.
You know what? Let's play them both. Let's start with Step to the Rear, because I believe that was the order, right? He was first, and then we will play. What was the next song?
Drop the Bomb.
Do that. Let's play Step. Again, this is another solo PUBA track. Am I right or wrong? We're about a Step to the Rear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I think it's safe to say, and I've seen this in interviews, PUBA was the more seasoned out of all the members.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah. I mean, because he came out with Master
Ceremony,
Ceremony first. You know what I mean? That was a big single. You know, so he definitely.
He was the more seasoned artist at this point. Let's play a little bit of Step to the Rear.
Here we go. Okay, everybody, step up to this. Sing my song. Step up to this. Sing my song. Step up to this. Sing my song.
Hey, yo, stud bust. Step to the rear, Grand PUBA's on arrival. Raised in the ghetto, singing songs called Survival. Running around town, giving all the girls PUBA snacks. I wouldn't try to steal a style, you just might get some cardio. Figured the way to get paid is to grab the mic rehearse, you know. Smooth as Jermaine, so honey, don't take it personal. There's no need in trying to diss this swinger. Baby, all you catch is 2 snaps up in the finger. The Babalu bad boy, a threat to the paranoia. Try to step to this, it's void. A new hit from the Grand Man, work nights like the Sandman. Game for a wig in case I gotta stomp a head out. Plus it is a trick that's not up my sleeve. It's possessed with finesse and it works when I breathe. Paid in the shade with the A as the grade with the papes that I made from this trade. So get hip to the grip, you know where to slide the chips if you wanna cash in on the wins. Grand PUBA and I love to hit skins.
And you know what? I've got a song to sing. I've got a song to sing. Here we go. I've got a song to sing. I've got a song to sing.
Follow me now.
Yo, PUBA gets
Yeah.
So unique, man. His voice, again, one of a kind. I think all of them have one of a kind voices. To be honest,
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, very distinct.
It's a fact. It's a fact. You're right. Every one of them is very distinct to this day, and I think all 3 of them have been vocally sampled over and over throughout the years.
Yeah. I just
Shout out
mentioned
to-
Premier for Take It Personal.
There you go. Shout out DJ Cruz 1 in the building. We see you, Playboy. Listen, that's one example of PUBA's greatness. I think it's only right, since we're talking about voices and stuff like that, that we play a little bit of concerto in X minor, in my opinion, when it comes to the lyrics. Man, Derek X, aka Sadat X, delivers, and this is a solo track too, right? This is his solo track, if I'm not mistaken. No? Yes? Maybe?
Yes.
Let's play a little concerto in X minor.
Well, good evening, my Nubian brothers and sisters. Tonight we got a really big show, conducting his concerto in X minor. We have the brother, Derek X. His theme tonight will be on racism in a New York backdrop. Brother Derek X.
Yes. Thank you, and all of that. Yo, before I get this wreck, I want to give a strong shout to all the positive brothers and sisters that's out there. And I just want to let you know who I came down here with. I slid in here with Lord J and Alamo with the A, and I came to get wrecked like this. I'm kind of blessed, so I wrote this manifesto for life. Co-signed by the office with a knife. Brand Nubian. On the real tip, let's take a field trip from the ghetto. You pick the time and we'll meet in the meadow to discuss racial issues and tension. New York's a body cake that I forget to mention. Now, case in point, y'all remember that Brooklyn Bridge joint when things got wild and woolly? Yeah, that day the feds played the role of the bully.
Up against the car.
Yo, I ain't even do nothing, man.
Hey, yo, shut up,
pushing me.
next.
Now, Huey Newton was slain and we all felt the pain. They used to have hawking and they was mad when we was squawking. They tried to show false compassion, yet at the rally, they tried to bash in our brains, further add to the bloodstains. I was mad at this news, and so was my brothers, and I wanted to get violent, but I'm a lover of black mothers. And black mothers need sons, not children that's been killed by guns. It's just another form of slavery, a mundane lynching. The others get reward, the black man feels the pain in the side, not out to hide, just provide some sort of answer. Out to stop racial injustice if I get the chance to. When the revolution comes.
Do we know who's doing the cuts?
Alamo.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. My bad. My bad. You know, this is I always just see him getting shout outs all the time, and he's actually on the album cover, like he's legitimate.
Yeah, I think he's on all the covers except the 97 one. After the 97, like the first couple ones he was on, not the later ones.
I don't think he was on the Punk Jump Up album cover.
He wasn't.
They had another DJ at that time, because that was remember
Stud Doogie's the other DJ.
I think Alamo. Oh, you talking about Alamo went with PUBA? Or you talking about Brand Nubian's albums? I mean, PUBA's album.
Yeah, I know he's on PUBA's album. Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely on the cover of PUBA's album. It was who was the DJ that replaced? I guess
Stud Doogie. Rest in peace, Stud Doogie.
Stud Doogie was Brand Nubian's DJ.
Yeah, remember it was Alamo and Stud Doogie were the DJs.
Yeah, two DJs
for Grand PUBA.
No, I'm for PUBA, but I think he was still. I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong.
Who's the chubby dude in the back of the Jeep?
Stud Doogie.
That's Stud Doogie. Okay, my bad.
Alamo is tall with dreads.
Yeah, no, Alamo used to see him in the building all the time. Yeah, he's actually real tall. Okay, cool. Stud Doogie, that was him. Okay, I didn't know that. So he stuck it out with Lord Jamar X and Alamo went with PUBA. Man, that's crazy. New Rochelle, it's a small town, like Long Island. What? It's an island.
Jules is like that meme on Instagram with the two dogs barking at each other through the fence, and when the gate open up, they be real chill. That's Jules.
I'll bark in person. You heard? I will. Anyway, okay. So the lyrics portion, like I said, I just need to get that one off. I really enjoy Concerto in X minor.
I'm surprised that you chose that record because it's kind of the same vibe as Feels So Good that you seem to not like so much.
Yeah.
You know what it was about Feel Good? It's literally what you guys said earlier. Like, it fit the time. It fit the time. And the thing that I like about Brand Nubian, even at that time, was that I could feel almost like the blackness of the project, of like this, like, this is a pro-black group. Like, it's like everything's pro-black, we love black. Again, this is also Leather Medallion time, so they were heavy on the look. And Concerto in X minor is, again, I couldn't relate 100% to all the Malcolm X references and things like that at that age, because this was 1990. What age am I? You don't really understand. But he painted pictures. Like, Dot X was painting pictures. Like for all that shit I didn't understand or know, it was just the way and he's always been that guy, down to Punk Jump Up, right? Like he's talking about smacking dudes in their mouth, and you're like, I saw that. Right. I see that his man saw it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I can see like someone going, oh, like, damn, that's your man? Are you supposed to have him? His man is. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do shit to me.
That's just real right there. That just shows you the realness right there.
I had to show you the get-go. When you talk about, from the get-go, like this is the get-go. This is Dot X at his finest, delivering the finest of imagery. Again, Concerto X minor. And again, they all have their own special talents, because Puba's a character. He's by far one of the seasoned. What's that, Trip?
Nah, Puba's too fly. He fly when he dissing you.
It's true. It's true. Matter of fact, is there a song that anybody wants to pick that exploits this Puba-ness that we love so much?
Malcontent said, "Who can get busy like this, man?"
That's such a good one. Okay, again, another Grand Puba solo. Again, the album all over this is the reggae portion of the album right here. This is the tune. My bad. The reggae tune.
The tune. Yeah, man.
Rhythm.
Yeah, man.
The rhythm. Hope y'all enjoy this, because I definitely did. Because man, again, he's all over the place. I love it.
We're ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's $5 million. Once again, as we swing this up with the Grand Puba. If I seen you kick it once, I've seen you slam it 1,000 times. You got to flow with this one, G. Grand Puba coming in the rhyme down Charles style, see? You thought I couldn't do that. Them say who can get busy like this man. And if them say so, hold on, them not find a man. Puba is the one that make them fly girls have a See, ever the MCs, them not scare me. Me version say me can't wait to hear me. You want it done right, then give Grand Puba. Now let me get busy on this. See, brothers be wishing, that's why they eager to listen. Trying to do me, but see, there's no competition. Grand Puba's the type to get hyped to any funky sound. Never the type to give a damn about a hand-me-down. Papers and rhymes are mine stack high like lumber. If one wants to swing at, she takes my beeper number. The skills go back to the days of flipping coins. Past time reading books by my man down the points. But I'm not a pimp and I don't walk with a limp. You can stand on the game, cause I know how to treat a dame. So knock 3 times on my ceiling if you got the feeling. Grand Puba's good for sexual healing. Lord have mercy, this is lovely, I'll say splendid. Puba's on the stage and I'm glad you all attended. Rhyming to the beat is the way I make my money. I buy sweets for my sweets and no sugar for my honey. Brothers get paid for their tapes. And if my stunts try to play me, I'll hang on like some drapes. Puba's the man and you can't run the flame, so take it elsewhere, my dear, my dear. See, others tried so hard to be this. Competition tries so hard to see this. But I let them know I'm not the one. So see the next one, the next one. I'll slap 5 to a brother who ain't about no job. I'll smack 10 to a friend who hooked me off with skins. See, I'm the type of brother and I like to have fun. She said 69, I said 68, and I owe you one. The style I kick, you will remember. And when I step to other rappers, you better yell timber, cause they're falling. They're falling. They're falling. Slap, put it up now. You know you're sizzling. Put it up, selector. Easy now. Now rub it up.
Easy now.
Mash up the dance.
PUBA, I don't know if he's Jamaican or not, but he definitely pulled it off. And again, this is early 90s. This might, not the first, but it might be one of the first few people on wax at this time going, I'm going to do this like reggae. Again, it's normal today.
Well, that Masters of Ceremony record. That Masters of Ceremony record had the reggae verse.
There you go too, exactly. So definitely exclusive as far as like one of the first people, not the first, but one of the first people to definitely make it a habit of dropping first singing, which he continued to do later on down the line as well. And again, PUBA was one of those guys that he can't sing, but like he can hold a tune. Most deaf, he can hold a tune.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like or it's like, yo, I feel you, though. I feel you. Pause. So that was a great choice. I do think we were supposed to play "Drop the Bomb" as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the lyrics portion. Then we'll close that up and move on to production. But it's true. We got to get a little bit of Drop the Bomb going, but shout out to Malcontent. I think we who picked out who can get busy like this man, right? Because I really do like that track, even though again it's the album's everywhere with the reggae portion of it. The Drop the Bomb. What does this fall under? You guys think? What genre of hip hop does Drop the Bomb fall under?
I don't know. Just Drop the Bomb.
I don't know. Yeah, I have to hear it again.
I don't know what you're trying to get at there. You're thinking too much. Just play a song.
I'm trying to make it mad easy for you. I was thinking of Jade. You know what I'm saying?
Peace,
Well,
my new
I know.
Peace. Hey, yo, knowledge this. We came here to do one thing. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We come to drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb on the Yaku crew. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb on the caveman crew. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb on the ignorance crew. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb because that's what we come to do. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. I feel like a mason facing the east, broad west to the belly of the beast. Protest because this land ain't just. I see equality and freedom is a must. If understand is understood, well, that's good. On equal planes, we can bring forth change. Rise the dead from the graves of slaves. Fly the head of the men in the caves. Try instead to unify with your own clan. Why did you fear the devil? Now that he's a grown man. Because he taught you how to eat the wrong food. When now it's time for fasting, life everlasting. Offered by ourselves, Lord and Master, in all things in my circumference. Lord Jamal makes a difference. I have no tolerance for black ignorance. I keep striving, driving, cause I'm driven by the force of the law, the true and living. Cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. The first soul, black like coal. Ask how old is no set birth record. The devil couldn't check it even if he wants to check it. The Nubians wreck it, all will respect it, so I think we're gonna end with knowledge. Drop the bomb, drop the bomb. Drop the bomb, drop the bomb. Without the fire, we'll collide with devil.
There you go. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb.
We finally got a Lord Jamal first verse.
I just want to say, shout out to Washington D.C. and Trouble Funk. Damn it!
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
That makes me sad that you don't know that. That's from Trouble. That Drop the Bomb. Drop the Bomb is Trouble Funk. You don't know that?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't. No, sorry.
Wow. Do your homework, bro.
I was like, you don't know that?
Yeah, really. No, you're 100% right. I decided to not study what clothes they were wearing at the era as well. If you want to quiz me on that, also.
Wow. Wow.
We're talking, that's corny. We're talking music.
Let alone what sample everything is on the album. I'm not that guy. You're talking to the wrong guy. He's the upper square over here. He's, upper square. Yeah, he's the production guy. He's Mr. Quick Fast with the samples, not I.
So, for those who don't know, in the chat, while Jules is trying to be a funny guy, look up Trouble Funk, Drop the Bomb, or Max, put it somewhere up here, somewhere, wherever. Look it up.
Yeah, man.
The Trouble Funk is the sample. There you go. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. In the corner gang.
We don't condone snitching around here, but again, DJ Hobo stands on his own grounds, on his own hills. You know,
not a sample. It's not a sample. They just recited the words.
Oh, okay. So again, he just wants to give full details on how the crime went down. But I digress. It's whatever, you know. He wants to make sure he's fully cooperating. He's fully cooperating with the sample. It's fine. It's fine. Again, we don't, you know, he doesn't represent.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
I'm gonna treat you like motherfucking Christopher Williams in a minute. Shut up.
There you go barking again. There you go barking again.
Don't make me fucking.
There you go barking again.
We're talking about the classic album, One for All by Brand Nubian, and we're talking about the 5 Mic Dissection that we're taking on here at Eats, Beats, and Rhymes every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just talked about lyrics. We talked about a few songs that brought the subject of lyrics up when we talk about this 5 Mic album. Concerto in X Minor came up, Step to the Rear came up, Who Can Get Busy Like This Man came up, and Drop the Bomb were some examples. And I think when it comes to lyrics, they got that right. I mean, there's no, again, not about every round about, you know, yes or no. It's just that I think, again, the message was there, and it wasn't, for now, knowing how much of a message they were trying to send, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like they were trying to impart any kind of message. I just really enjoyed the music. It was refreshing. I definitely knew I was privy to sort of a Black movement sort of situation in terms of who they were speaking to. But it was still music, and it was time, and again, Brand Nubian, I remember, was heavily bootlegged at the time. This is what cassette bootlegging was a big deal in New York, I'm sure America.
Right.
And this was one of the popular tapes that was on the table. We should be clear and positive about it. This was a cassette that was heavily bootlegged at the time. They go in the streets for sure.
Yeah.
From my understanding and research that I did today, it kind of plateaued around the 350 mark, which is very good. Come on, stop it.
Right.
Like, slow down on loans. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Like this album, it sounds like something that you could play on a different world in front of the mess hall.
Well, I mean, low key, they probably were.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, this is easy, especially as you say that, Trip. This is definitely University, HSBCU definitely had, you know, they was playing this easy work.
Yes.
For sure.
Brand Nubian definitely, again, got the stamp of approval from the Hip Hop Bible at the time. So again, we decided to take on the first subject matter, which was singles. We just finished the second subject matter, which is lyrics. Join us as we keep speaking about One for All, the 5 Mic Dissection here on Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. We're going to talk about production going forward.
Yep.
Production. I want to hear from, again, all the producers and DJs in the room.
Yeah.
Again, you could throw any record we've talked about or something that we haven't spoken about that we can maybe get a little airplay time, you know what I'm saying, and get some music playing. Same thing goes to the chat room. Let us know if there's any specific song that you need to hear or want to talk about or have us talk about when it comes to production, when it comes to the 5 Mic Dissection of Brand Nubian, One for All. What song stands out in your brain? You know, Ike, what is
so like we already played it, and I think we kind of lightly touched the subject matter of it, but the production of Slow Down and All for One, you know what I mean? Alone, specifically. And then how that all ties into the rest of the album, you know what I mean? To give it, like how we've been saying, you get a bit of this, you get a bit of that. And even if you think the album's going all over the place, I think there's no wrong hit for production on the album, me personally. You know what I'm saying? For the time that this came out.
I don't know. I got my faves. And the rest I just could listen to, but definitely my go-tos is different from the rest of the album.
Yeah. I'll say this real quick, right? And be listening to this album now from a production standpoint, right? So, and I think for most of us, especially like, you know, the producers, myself, Ike, and Phantom, and everybody, I could tell, right, listening to this album again, this is what I would call like light crate work. And what I mean by that, these beats were kind of composed of just whatever records your parents had laying around the crib. These were not necessarily the records that you went out and spent $100 for, or you really dug in the crates, like later on in the culture. In my opinion, this is my opinion. It's not a fact, but to me, it reflects that in the album, because if you listen to it, most of the loops are James Brown loops or Kool and the Gang loops, and you kind of hear, and it's not bad. It's just that it reflects again how we said earlier. It reflects the time period because we even talked about it prior, right? On one of the other episodes that we talked about, everybody started using all the James Brown loops, and then by like 91, 92, 93, it started to evolve to what it is today. And then when P Rock and Law Finesse and like DITC in particular, right? Because they have a close affiliation, they made you really go in and really start looking for samples and crafting the music to be different. So they kind of got away from that James Brown style of production later on, after this particular record. But to me, when I hear this album, it kind of makes me hear that, oh, this is what your parents were playing in the house. They had these records, and you composed. You found the best parts. You found the best loops. You crafted something. The lyrics are dope, which speak for themselves. We're not worried about that at all, And I think the production was good again for the time for what it is. I think also, as we talked about it earlier, I think too, that's possibly why, All for One and other records got remixes later on, because now the times are changing. We got bigger budgets. We're working at different studios now. Now we can kind of step it up a little bit and really start to really shine. And we're getting away from just doing the basic loops that was kind of common for the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because All for One and Slow Down, to me, don't seem like basic loops. Those seem like produced records. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So, and we're talking about an album that was put out over a span of quote unquote 4 years. So
right. Mm-hmm.
Does anybody in the room, or maybe in the chat room, or if you're watching at home on YouTube, even in the comment section, does anybody know? So we get the Brand Nubian name on the production label credit, but who's making the beats? Like who?
Brand Nubian.
I think it was a combination of all of them. I think even if I recall correctly,
PUBA had a big production.
He did, but so did Alamo, because PUBA shouts him out. He said on one song, he said Alamo made the beat. So I think it was just an amalgamation of different people at different times. Because Sadat X makes beats. I don't know if Lord Jamar makes beats, but I know Sadat does. We all know PUBA does. So I think it's a combination of all of them.
The only thing I could attest to that is that, and I don't know how valid this is per se, right? But the only thing I remember them being on Video Music Box, and I think Lord Jamar was on the MP. He was looping something up on the MP. That's about, the most validation I can give to it. But again, a lot of groups back then were self-producing, right? It's just that it wasn't the intricacy to what I think production is today, because we know Busta makes beats, right? We know Brand Nubian makes beats. So a lot of groups were just making their own beats, but they just weren't, I think, in my opinion, how it is today, or how we revere producers today who are known, we're making beats, so.
I was just trying to figure out like who of the.
Who did what?
Yeah, only because, so someone just said in the chat room, I think it was, I can't see, Mace Floyd said that Sadat apparently found a loop for Slow Down. And I just find stuff like that mad interesting, because it's like, these are small little intricate details, because it's like, like, for example, we talk about the Uma, right? And the Uma,
right.
Like someone could tell, like, man, that right there is JD. That one right there is JD. That one may not be JD, it might be Ali, it might be Tip, but I know it's Dilla. So it's like, you kind of, Busta. So if it was LONS producing something, like you can kind of, not automatically, but sort of gravitate to Busta and be like, maybe it was him, because he do be making his own beats. So I was just wondering, like, because you're talking about, again, two records that actually Ike brought up in initially when we talked about the singles battle. Slow Down is a hit out of the park. Like the shit, I don't care if it get gold status, I don't care if it went platinum, I don't care. It goes in the club, it's a classic record, it goes. And then One for All, same thing, and it's both produced by Brand Nubian. And if it's Alamo, I'm just saying, shout out to Alamo. I just want to give the proud, because it's just like, it's cool that y'all want to keep it like, yeah, we all like, fuck out of here. Who made it? Which one of y'all made the beat? Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear this shit. You can dissect it and be like, you found the loop. Like, all right, cool. You found the loop. Who made the beat?
Like early Mob Deep production.
They just not getting it. It's all for one.
You know what? That was the pitch that whoever like wanted, like, we all gotta give this credit. Nigga, it's one for all, man. It's one for all. You know, one man in the crew, you know that shit.
You know that shit.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because it just hit me like today producers make sure they put their name in the beginning of the records so you know exactly who produced it. Give me my credit right now so you don't even have to go read any back of anything.
Right.
So it is entirely different for that exact reason. Probably
they're not going for that no Diddy. They're not going for that.
Right.
Yeah, no Diddy. No Diddy.
It gets touchy because it's like you have a situation where you got the groups that are producers, right? Like I heard your man Chad Hugo is suing your man Pharrell.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with the music per se. That's to do with name rights. But listen, the day I discovered like, who the real like musical person of the Neptunes is the dude Chad. Like I'm not saying Pharrell's a whack producer. That's not what I'm saying. But like when you hear solo projects that Chad has produced for other people, you go, oh shit, you're the Neptunes. Like you're the guy. You hear it automatically. I'm just saying, Pharrell's got his own hits. That's why he has his own project.
Right.
But I'm just saying, when we talk about Neptunes, there was an artist by the name of someone with a K, man. Forgive me. It was not Cam. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a project at the time that someone like listen to this in the office kind of thing. Like they would like let me know what you think about this kind of shit. And you met Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit at the time. Had a label through Interscope, and he had signed an artist by the name of Kenna. I don't know if y'all know Kenna.
The name sounds familiar.
That name does sound familiar.
You know, his first album eventually came out like years later. I had that demo back like in 2000 or 2002. Listen to it. I listened to it, not knowing who produced it, just because I was like, oh shit, Fred Durst got a label. Like, what's he signing over there? And I was like, yo, this is dope. And I finally read the credits, and it's like Chad Hugo, and it's like, oh,
no wonder.
So you know what I'm saying? You get to hear all the little intricate sounds and go, oh, I see the response. That's all I was saying.
Chill, Jules. You're gonna get subpoenaed.
No. I'm trying to get a good clip out of this. We'll call the clip. Are we getting sued by the Neptunes? And you see my face like this. BBR getting sued by the Neptunes?
Good one.
And then I just brought that to the light only because I feel like whoever produced Slow Down, all for one, specifically, like I brought up those two records and I'm like, you fucking right, those shits are out the park, dude. Like and like I just feel like, yeah, that was me. Like I was you. You was there. You was there. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, this subject gets touchy, man. Because even talking about now, you just mentioned Chad. We can talk about, rest in peace, Shy Skills. When Shy Skills was alive, he was talking about certain Onyx records. So this is always the touchy subject in hip hop about who did what and getting the credit for said record.
That kind of conversation has never come up with Brand Nubian. I've never heard a conversation about, I did that. So it probably is very much a collab. I mean, we're cracking jokes, but it probably very much kind of thing. Because for real, I've never heard like even reading what I read. I forgot who put it in the chat. My bad if it was Cruz or someone else that Sadat found the loop. I never even heard that. And again, it's because I really don't see them talking about that so much. Like I did this and like I really don't get that from them. I always just got like a real kind of
because that's kind of it's my bad trip. But I was just gonna say that's kind of corny. If somebody came into the circle and it was always like I me, it's like, yo, you're already here for a reason. We know, you know what I mean? So
well, no, I only say that because Long Island has a habit of having artists that do that, like your man Charlie Brown to Busta. There's track record. There's track record. What was that whole
about? Dreddy just said in the chat that Brand Nubian has a documentary and they had issues. And I always thought they had issues.
Wait. Do they have a documentary or they got an unsung?
Dreddy used the word documentary.
Because unsung is all right.
Swift said unsung.
It's unsung. Unsung. Do they participate in the unsung most of the time? I feel like they don't. I feel like they do.
I don't know.
Without them most of the time.
But I always thought that they had problems because they broke up how many times? Don't forget that there was a time when it was just Sadat X and Lord Jamar.
So you can't say they
Right.
broke up. You can say one member left. And again, the seasoned guy at that, which was like, we're talking about a guy that basically
Semantic, bro. What do you mean? I can't say they broke up. If he left, doesn't that mean they broke up? What the fuck
No.
you talking about, son?
They didn't break up. A member left.
They did. They did break up.
They still put out albums as Brand Nubian. What do you mean?
Yeah, you can break up and get back together.
No. Someone can leave the group. We're still a group. We didn't break up.
Bobby Brown did it.
Yeah, exactly. So New Edition is a wrap when Bobby Brown leaves.
New Edition broke
That's right.
up.
They kick out Bobby Brown. So we're breaking up by kicking him out. We're done. Your math don't make sense. It's like Westchester and the Bronx. All one thing. Like Long Island. Okay, your logic ain't making sense. I'm just saying.
Jules is feeling good because it's the first 80-degree day in New York, man. So
it's true.
He's probably down. He went to the bodega and he stuck around for an extra 5 or 10 minutes. Somebody said, have a sip of beer or something.
I'm a Latino in New York. I don't know how to act when it gets a little. I got no shoes. I got no shoes or socks on right now.
A girl must have gave him her number or something today. I mean,
he walked outside and it was like that LL Cool J video, "Fucking Around the Way Girl," and he got some love. So now he came on here with all his hair in his chest and shit.
I go, Fred. I might come outside. I might come outside with a pair of overalls with no shirt on, just cause.
Looking crazy. No Diddy. Crazy outside.
He's gonna have the overalls with the fishnet shirt on underneath.
I need a bucket hat. I need a bucket hat to keep it real.
Can you imagine how wild that must look if you came outside with overalls with no shirt in 2024? You looking crazy out here.
The only reason it would look crazy is because the only reason it would look crazy is because it's mad baggy, but I'm sure there's somewhere out there at a Yeezy concert right now, there's someone dressed exactly like that, and it's not that big a deal. So
go upstate into the mountains and go to the store right now.
Right, yeah. Someone is dressed like that at a Hot Topic behind the counter right now. You know what I'm saying? Is this all ringing up?
Okay, more tunes.
More tunes. The executive producer Triple C has spoken. Again, production. What do we get to play? We didn't play anything on production yet. Did we?
No, we haven't.
We kind of touched on it. We didn't play them, but we touched on it. Go ahead.
Does anybody want to play something to either prove their point about production not being up to par or being up to par, something that they kind of
to the right?
To the right. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about To the Right, and then we'll dissect that as soon as we play this. Triple C has chosen To the Right, One for All.
Yeah, we're gonna swing this one to the right. We'll give a shout to my man Paz K. My man Big Daddy, he's cool. Naruma. Check it out. Well, honey, here's a hickey. PUBA's not a quickie. When it comes to skins, goddamn, I'm picky. Who will be the princess to occupy the prince? And if she's less than dope, I hope the limo's got tits now, honey. You see, this may sound profound, but let me love you down. And if I'm uptown, I'm back downtown. All the skins I've been in, I get no frowns. You see, you to MCs really think they can outlast. I smell gas. As a youngin', I was hefty. Born as a lefty. The rhymes I drop, something more than hefty. Roll like a ranger. PUBA's no stranger. For those who try to diss me, danger. Used to drink the Oli, cool as just for goalie. When I play soccer with the judge, I play goalie. This step's the one that's capable of slaughtering. For those who wanna bike it, the catalog and start ordering. Cause PUBA shit is on stock. I shake the wig like a wood block. I like to dip, dive. A Benz, I'm soon to drive. I guess you can call this my 9 to 5. I send my left to scoop skins with my skin buster. Freak the mind of up behind in Augusta, Georgia. But hang on for a sec. You don't have to worry about the PUBA getting wrecked. Cause to me, C is more than likely. And if I flow too fast, let me slow down slightly. Let's take a trip, expenses pay money, get. Don't flake or flam, cause PUBA's not having it. Derek X to the right. Come on and clap your hands for Zulu Nation. Come on and clap your hands for Zulu.
Clap your hands for Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
That's
a classic, like, classic sample, right?
Yeah, that drum break. Drum break is so classic, man.
What's the name of this break?
president, not peach president. Damn it, the other one. Not arrest the president. Damn it.
Scan.
I'm horrible with names. It's something. It's
Funky president. Funky
president. There you go.
I'm like, which president is it? I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I'm horrible with names.
I'm glad the coast of Long Island got this correct according to the map.
Holy shit, this guy's gonna be on this shit all night.
I'm trying to give you props. Long Island got it right.
Yo, did you check right in front of her to see if the number worked, man? did you call right there just to be like, all right, it's your number. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I call that shit. It was Chick-fil-A. I was like, hey, man. That shit wasn't fun. Let's keep it pushing. Triple C picking out the one song that's just a simple break, talking about one of the best produced songs on the album. Triple C.
Yeah, what about dedication? What about dedication?
Shit, now you're talking.
Let's play it. Play it all.
I like that song. Why is that a bad song choice?
No, not a bad song. No, this is for production.
No, that's just your negative nature.
Jules said was giving Triple C grief because he picked it for. He said it was a simple sample picked for the production.
Here we go. You into the room with
Jules
negative.
He's on some shit tonight, man.
He's on some shit tonight, bro.
You know what?
Because you got a new lid on.
Yeah, he walked out the bodega. He had an extra 5 or 10 minutes. He had 2 extra sips of beer. He got the number. He called the number. It actually worked, and she might actually be watching now. That's why he's acting up.
And he got the chopped cheese. He didn't go for the frozen owl beef patty tonight.
Y'all, listen. Listen. You could throw that kind of slang around if you want to when we're talking about empanadas. I'm not allowed to do that. But when it comes to the beef, as I told you, I am allowed by privilege, by lack of the melanin that I'm lacking, that I am allowed to go get frozen beef patties. And I'm still going to up on you by getting the golden crust. I'm not going Kirkland on you.
That's very justified. That's very justified.
I'm keeping it funky 100%.
Jules, please.
If you see me eat frozen empanadas,
Breeze, like your boy. Breeze, get your boy. Get your boy, Breeze.
Listen, man. Go and get a frozen beef patty, have them warm it up, and put cheese in it, and then go home. It doesn't work like that, Jules.
I just know you're the only Jamaican with sun in your eye right now at the moment, this time of year. I don't know how you pull that off. You know what I'm saying? The only Jamaican right now.
On the West Coast. Come on.
I don't care. I got the sun on you. I ain't never seen that much light on EBR audience ever.
Tell you, he's acting up tonight, man. He's acting up.
Is there a song because they say I'm acting up? You know, you know who they say. The people. They.
Tonight.
Is there a song that you feel kind of fits the production angle of this album that you think we should wrap up the production round with, sir? Was it Dedication? Is that what we're gonna play?
Yeah.
Dedication, yeah.
Dedication.
A song that we all like, Hobo. We all like.
The shout out single.
Come on, Alamo, let's swing this. Before I get this wreck, I like to take a sec to say this jam here's dedicated to some of my favorites. I like to dedicate this to PE. I like to dedicate this to BDP. I like to dedicate this to the X-Clan. I like to dedicate this to Heavy D. Kiss my mother bye before I hit the road to stardom. Put away my rhymes, make sure the pits got them. Just cause I'm a rapper doesn't mean I'm not a fan. My favorite Rakim, Big Daddy, Cool G, and LL, who always keep the girls jingling. Come on, honey dip, you can jingle on my... When it comes to female rappers, Buster, here's a few. MC Light, Queen Latifah, Moni, Level, and Q. What more could I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. Hats off. And I never forget, cause if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be no rap shit. Back to the track of the new. For short, you can call me MC Grand Poo. I made this splendid, cause that's what I intended. Don't try to break it, cause you just can't bend it. I got a bad habit, see, I love hitting skins. Well, if hitting skins is wrong, then forgive me for my sins. Come on, Ock, I'm straighter than 6 o'clock, so what you ought to do is flow with the flop. My sign is the fish, you also love it on my disc. In school, I got dismissed because I hated liverwurst. But here I am, a rapper. My best friend, Paz the Dapper, Tony X, who I grew up with in a jet. So, shake the motion if you got your notion. PUBA rubs off on you just like lotion. I'm not gonna see the girls say that I'm attractive. They describe my loving as being hyperactive. I'm just a brother who likes to romance a lot. Look at me as the black Sir Lancelot. That's right, your knight in shining armor. If I'm with the college, then my major will be drama. Or theatrics is more like my tactics. If you want the proof, then lay down on the mattress. Swing with the swinger, I can be a singer. Alamo controls the beat with just one finger. If you want to swing to this, you better take precaution. Alamo, when you hook and make sure there's no distortion. Here comes.
Make sure there's no distortion. That's a pretty dope joint.
Yo, Grand Puba's flow is so dope and so fire that you're willing to listen to, and his voice being so distinctive, you're willing to listen to anything that he's got to say. Like he just knows how to get on the beat and flow, and he's an MC. He really is an MC.
Yeah, I agree.
He just shout out everybody from the Word Up magazine.
Held it against the window, you're like, shout out to P. Shout out to LL. Shout out to
I mean, I think that's what makes Brand Nubian so dope, and some of the old school groups so dope, is the fact of like everybody was so unique. I think that's one of the things that we miss so much about this era, excuse me, is because of just the uniqueness and distinctness of everybody. You had to be original in your own way. And I think even for like an album like this, where tying it back, like the production, I think is it's okay for the times, but I think their voices and everything overall make the whole package unique, you know, and classic for what it is.
Agreed.
Nice. This is the conclusion of the production portion of the conversation. Find My Dissection, Brand Nubian, One for All, the classic 1990 debut project by these three MCs and one DJ / producer, I imagine. We're going to keep pushing forward. Shout out to everybody in the chat room that joins us every week, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, we got new content dropping constantly on YouTube and all your audio podcast needs. Triple C has made sure that we are good to go, and all your podcast needs are taken care of. That's right. And my lid going up. Pause. Let's talk about something that's very interesting. It's very controversial, especially when it comes to giving classic albums their flowers. But we have to have the honest conversation. And we are talking about it from the point of view of a bunch of guys that grew up listening to this album, but are now listening to it again in 2024. Gentlemen, and everybody in the chat room and everybody at home on YouTube, let's talk about infamous round number 4, the skip factor. And we need to address if there are or there are not any songs that fall under this category. I believe we can maybe go around the room real quick because we're kind of short on time. We're gonna wrap these up shortly. But I do want to have a discussion about skip factor. Does anybody have off the top of their head, without a bunch of, and I'm not trying to be corny, but like without a bunch of hoopla behind it, have a song that they know they automatically classify as part one of the skip factors on this classic One for All project?
Skip factor doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like it, but right? Like,
fair enough. Well, why would you skip it though? So give me the explanation for that.
For me, it was like, it's not something that I would constantly play like my go-to. So so I would skip like probably Ragtime, Dance in My Ministry. Even though it's all good songs, I just, I could hear it probably once and be cool with it. But my go-tos are the ones that we played already,
Well, I'll present it to you like this. I'll present it to you like this real quick. We are Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. You sat down at the table. I'm the chef presenting 5 courses to you. You're basically turning down 2 out of the 3. What does that mean? So you're saying, I kind of like it, but I'm not like it. Like, that means you passed. You know what I'm saying? That this is not a 5-star meal in your opinion. At that point, you're passed. So we will find out later how you feel about the album aging overall. But you mentioned at least 2 songs. You wrote Ragtime and what else?
Dance in My Ministry.
Dance in My Ministry. You sound like you about to follow with another one. Is that in my mind?
I was about to say the Wake Up. I had that originally. The other one, the Stimulated Dummies.
Stimulated Dummies. Okay, so you don't like that again? Okay, you have your reasons. So we have 3 songs that Triple C is picking out. Is anybody on the same bandwagon as any of those 3, or do they have other songs they want to discuss? Or is the argument you're crazy? There is no skip factor here. What's going on?
I have one. The Who Can Get Busy Like This Man.
Oh,
I'm
Freddie
not
said
gonna
that
get
too.
busy.
Freddie said that too.
so he doesn't like that.
Yeah,
Nah.
we play that one as one of the.
He said
We
he
play
was-
that as one of the lyrics, but some people don't feel the same way. It's interesting. No, please speak on it. Speak on it.
No, it's lyrically dope, and like I said, PUBA, because it's kind of like a PUBA album with features, and you could tell he's ill and all that, but there's just something with that record, how it's all put together completely. It's just not something that I'm playing all the time, and it's funny because as I was doing the homework, I was like, holy shit, I totally forgot about this record. Like this is not a record that I would think about, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So there you go. That was the skip factor for me. Not saying that it's a horrible record, but I'm just not, you know what I mean? Like I could do without this one.
That's fair enough. So we have one song that actually came up this evening in two different conversations. Some of us felt that it fell into the lyrics conversation of the album, and then man, I feels that it's a skip factor situation. So it's interesting. Is there anybody else that wants to talk about a song they know they don't like, or songs they let's not say don't like, but you skip. Let's just skip to the subject.
I have to agree with Triple C. I do skip "Wake Up," the Simulated Dummies version, just because I like the other version better. It's not that it's a bad song. I mean, it's the same lyrics. I just like that other version better. So even in listening to it for this, when I got to that song, I skipped it to get to the Sunshine version.
And there was no other songs. Is that the only song?
That New Jack Swing joint, man.
I was like really about to pull someone's fucking card right now. Like
that New
so
Jack
nobody
Swing.
want to talk about.
Why is everybody dancing around that one? Get it out of here.
I'm gonna tell you right now, DJ Scaleless, they're dancing around it because it's a fucking New Jack Swing song. So they dancing around that motherfucker.
I see
that one's not good. You know what's good? That one's so not good that I can't remember the name of it.
Hobo, can I be honest with you? It's not even that it's so bad. I think the song is actually pretty good if it wasn't them rapping on it. You know, like this could be like a hit song for somebody, but like they didn't need a New Jack Swing song on it.
Yeah, it's out of place.
No, it's out of place.
The song is okay. Like production wise, I think that could be a hit song for somebody else. As we saw, it wasn't a hit song for them, but it was just like, wow, y'all really try to cover every base of the spectrum in the late 80s, early 90s. Like we got. So what do we cover on Brand Nubian? So just based on the songs that we skipped, I feel like we've skipped funk. We skipped what was the one we just skipped right now that Hobo brought up? I'm sorry, it was the remix, right? For Stimulating. So that what vibe would that be? That would be sort of because Dante tried to shit it up. It don't matter. The album covers, like I said, it covers reggae, funk, breaks. It's really an overall spectrum of like, this is what hip hop sounded like in the early 90s, late 80s. This project now. Like,
I mean, and even the New Jack Swing joint. I mean, New Jack Swing was hot for like a second, you know what I mean? But they reached with it, you know what I mean? But it was just out of place for the album.
It was unnecessary. That was a bad A&R move, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely a skip factor. I want to throw out there, I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for this, but I agree with one for Dance to the Ministry with Triple C. I think that's not that great. But Grand PUBA, Positive, and LG, not a fan. I'm not a fan of this song. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I think it's
Play
okay.
it.
Do we need to play it? Is this?
Let's play it real quick. Let's play this one. Let's play a little bit of this one.
Let's play a little bit.
You're bugging.
Ready on the right. Now that's fucking. Ready on the left. Now that's fucking. Grand PUBA. Positive and LG. Now that's fucking. Check this out. Now that's fucking. Grand PUBA. Positive and LG. Now that's fucking. Now that's fucking. 2 times from the drum before I started, I said hit me. PUBA's kicking flavor and I brought somebody with me. Positive, the gentleman, the rapper, suave.
Boy, over.
Grand PUBA. Positive and LG. Outstanding. Incredible.
I realize why you don't like it. You don't like anything that sounds West Coast. I get it. Now I
No,
understand.
that's not. It's just not a good.
I could skip this one.
Thank you.
I could
Thank
skip
you.
this one. I could skip this.
I don't see any of that venom directed in the direction of the Scandalous right now. I don't know why they just got.
because typically Scan is not a hater. And
Oh!
all the time.
All the time.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with the insults thrown my way, but let's talk about the insult that we just missed. So you're basically saying he's a hater at the moment. So you said the majority of the time he's not a hater, so he's a hater at the moment.
I know. I'm just saying.
Look at you quietly.
You don't like the song. You've been hating all night. So
I have a question for you, DJ Hobo. I have a question for you. Why is it called Grand PUBA Positive and LG when it should be called Grand PUBA, Sadat X, and Lord Jamal? I'm just saying, it's a brand Nubian album.
What does that have? What's your point? Help me understand.
That's why we skip it, because this was basically Grand PUBA
skipping it because they weren't on the song.
Going to the studio, taking the per diem. The other guys got mad and left, and he had to make a phone call for Positive and LG, and they came through.
You're skipping it because they aren't on the song. That's your logic.
Yes.
So then why wouldn't you skip all the other songs that one of the others not on?
Because at least it was representatives of the album on that song. And so you could easily see Grand PUBA was represented on this song.
Your logic is
what? It's not a bad song.
Yeah.
It's not a good song.
Bro.
It's not a good song.
Jules needs to be on
It's
that.
not a good song.
Yo, what are you smoking tonight, bro?
It's not a good song. And I'm gonna, with honorable mentions, only because we talked about them earlier, you can go ahead and throw me down for Brand Nubian and Feel So Good on the Skip Factor. I get him out of here. I don't need him. And there's nobody fighting me on this either, by the way. All you cowards in the back. Or just like the people don't comment. Just like the ones that don't comment in the chat room. The ones that just watch.
People are tired of hearing you talk and we want to move on.
No.
Yeah. No. Yes. No. Yes. Please believe me when I say yes. Please believe me when I say yes.
Not true. I refuse to believe that.
That is 100% truth. Please
not true. I promise you, we get a voting booth up right now. You will get your feelings hurt right now.
You gonna get? Please don't cry. Don't cry.
Don't be scared. Listen, I'm Denzel and you the other guy in the movie. All right.
Wait, hold on a second.
You Jesus Shuttleworth.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm Denzel.
Jules, did you go to the Philly game on Saturday with the Knicks fans and actually watch the game and came back home feeling fucking hyped up and shit like that?
He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know what that is.
I don't know what that is, but
he's acting like a Knicks fan. That
if
was
this is what being a Knicks fan is like, it means you stand with the righteous is what it means. You stand.
Oh my Lord, yo, you just made Knicks fans throw up, man. What are you talking?
First of all, I want to make it clear. Your man DJ Hobo just put up a voting booth asking, does Jules talk too much? But both of the options are yes, so it's a rig off the bat. You can only click yes and yes. So don't even bother. Don't even bother voting. Don't even bother voting because you see the scam.
Now you know what it feels like.
One says yes, one says no.
Oh no, he changed it, ladies and gentlemen. He changed it.
Nobody changed anything. You can't change the poll.
Don't trust the system. This corrupts.
You just mad because your feelings are getting hurt because everyone said yes.
I have one simple question to ask the room, the chat room, and all the viewers at home on YouTube. When we're wrapping things up, come to the very last discussion of tonight's 5 mic dissection. Again, we're talking about the Source Magazine's 5 mic classic rating system, and we're only talking about 5 mics. There's a bunch of dope albums that we will even go as far as saying classics that fall under that system that don't reach the 5 mic level, but we've decided to take on the challenge of talking about every single album on that list. We are on number 4 of that journey. We are talking about Brand Nubian, One for All, 1990 studio album release. And we've asked the questions, were the singles on point? Were the lyrics on point? Were the production on point? I think it's safe to say in those 3 rounds alone, the answer is yes. We had a really good discussion on a bunch of songs that, again, took us down memory lane and basically reminded us why this album was so important back in the early 90s for hip hop, which was still pretty young at the time too.
Right.
We decided to wrap up the last round, the controversial one that usually draws a lot of attention and energy out of everybody in this room and at home watching, because we see it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
The skip factor. And there were a few people that felt there were skip songs, a few songs that could be skipped on this project. No need to go over that. You always watch it, you know what I'm saying, when we drop the episode. But I will go around the room real quick, and I hope we can get another, I guess, voting booth up in the chat room with the final question of the night, which is basically when we're talking about Brand Nubian's One for All 1990 studio album debut. In 2024, I asked everybody, did it age well? We're gonna go around real quick and get everybody's answer, and then we'll find out if everybody wants to open up a little bit more on why they feel that way, but let's just get it so we can wrap up the round. Cool Breeze, the real Cool B, all the way on the West Coast, sir. When it comes down to One for All, in your opinion, does it age well?
Yes. Yep.
You say Bree saying yes. There you go. First answer in the room. Let's go. Executive producer Triple C, Trip C from Queens. What do you think, Trip?
I have mixed feelings, but I'll say yes.
We'll give it a yes. Keep moving on. My man DJ Hobo, when it comes to this project in 2024, does it age well?
I wasn't so sure at first, but yes, it does.
Yes for that. Going to Ike Infamous real quick. Ike, when we're talking about this project, do you think it aged well?
Yes, I did.
Got another yes in the building. Jay Scandalous, aka Baba Midi. Same question, sir. Did this album age well?
So I'm gonna say no.
Got the first no in the building. We're gonna we'll talk about this in a second. Personally, my vote when it comes to round or the question in number 5, did it age well? I feel that it didn't personally as well. I don't think so. So I want to start out with you, Scandalous, because you were the part of the minority in the room at this point.
Sure.
What is it about you and your feeling on why you think it didn't age well in 2024?
Sure. I think it's a good. I think it's a good album. I think it's a solid album. If I had to rate it, right, we're not changing anything per se, but if I had to rate it, I would give it maybe a 4, right? 3.5, 4. And again, I think 3.5 to a 4. And I think my way of viewing it that way is that lyrics are solid. I just think from a production standpoint, the production is just a little too simple for me, right? Although we do have the classics, right? So like All For One, like I said, that's my forever record. You know what I mean? But Slow Down is a banger too. But I think outside of those, for me personally, production wise, it outside of those two, there's nothing else production wise for me that I extract from it like that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So for that reason is the reason why I rate it a little bit differently.
Well, can I go ahead and speak my piece? It's funny because I think the production and just PUBA's flow over the album is the reason why I think it aged well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Over the span that the album was put together, singles wise and everything, and put out, because of the production and everything that's on it, I really think it's a good, it's a perfect representation of that time period. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to other albums with that kind of New Jack swing and all of that on it, I don't think it's going to be to the level of production that this album is. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how dated it sounds, but I think that's just it. It came out at that time. This is 2024. Like there's no way, there's no way there's a lot of people, if you weren't outside, quote unquote, really going to understand the impact of that album. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why.
Quick. So real quick to one thing, just real quick. So, and again, maybe it's me. So my litmus test, which I mentioned before, is I always mention that Edutainment album. I think the Edutainment album came out pretty much around the same time, and I love that album. And production, I think you hear the use of samples different. So that's my only bar.
I got you.
Add. Yeah.
I got you.
Shout out DJ Cruz. His logic at one point in time, I'm not gonna lie, made a lot of sense to me. He said that basically The question is, would you throw that album on when you're on the first date with a shorty? That's all I want.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I don't know if any hip hop album falls under that umbrella, to be honest. Like perfect date album. I don't. Especially in this era. Again, the '90s was a special time because the music was still.
I don't know, man. You could put the Tribe album on.
This is true, but it also, you got to remember, Tribe at its time was a little bit like, oh, you listen to that? You know what I'm saying? Like I can see girls being more gravitating to like whatever was popular, and Tribe again was also a little bit not rebellious in a like, you know, kind of nature, but just rebellious in terms of like, yeah, we don't wear gold chains, we wear leather medallions. Like we don't wear that.
It depends on the age. I think it depends on the age of the woman, right? Because the thing is, if she's from our era or around that, you might win with any of those that I just mentioned. But if she's a little bit younger, then you might have to put your hands on your knees. You know what I mean? You know I mean? So if you're not playing that, then you're not getting a call back. You know what I mean?
What is going on? Baffled. No, I mean it's again, it's 90s. It was a beautiful time. Shout out to again everybody who joins us every Monday night. We wrapped up tonight's discussion pretty much of Brand Nubian One for All. Again, some of us thought that it didn't age well. Some thought it did. I kind of felt the same way as Scan. I think, you know, I think it kind of suffered a little bit from a little bit of needing a little bit more A&Ring. Because again, we talk about demos ending up on your first album. That doesn't mean that every song you ever worked on needs to end up on your first album. There comes a point of like, you know, maybe this doesn't need to be on there. It's in my opinion, sometimes sometimes less is more. But this is a great album, and I think at the time, the impact that it made is obvious. It's in our faces to this day, and it's considered a classic by The Source magazine. All the members have went on to do big things in acting and in alcohol, like wine. You mentioned Ix got his own wine. PUBA is you know, he's still putting music. Brand Nubian still putting music out. So
right.
Again, they definitely saw something special in that group. They were obviously right. Shout out to Brand Nubian. Shout out to them if they ever watch this episode, because you know people be checking us out from time to time. You know, so I don't know if you be knowing any of this. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with some heavy hitters up. No, I'm just playing stuff. But I'm a little gassed. If anybody in the chat room, if you don't know, we started out tonight's episode I was super gassed up because your man DJ Scratch, your man at DJ Scratch Vision, maybe, I'm not even sure, but your man basically commented on EBR's Who Do You Got episode of best DJ Scratch song of all time. So let's just be clear. This video right here, your man, go ahead, tune into this video right here so you could go to the comment section and give a thumbs up to your man DJ Scratch. Let's see how many likes we can get on DJ Scratch's comment where he says he's honored that we gave him his flowers on that episode. So that's crazy. Shout out to DJ Scratch if he's watching.
Shout out to him.
Shout out.
The kind of shit we do around here. We have special guests from time to time. We got your man. You know, we know people. My man, I always be ringing through managers of all types of importance, like Rock Marciano's manager, Jazz. You know what I'm saying? We had Evil D on here one time. We had the DJ Scanners bringing Ayatollah one time. Like, come on, man.
We got the good Rev. Good Rev hooking up. Yeah, he'll hook up in his stories.
The good Rev in his stories. That's what we do around here. Let me stop front like we do this on a regular basis, but we try. And even if that doesn't happen on a regular basis, you know it does happen on a regular basis. We are here every Monday night, and you guys that join us, shout out to you guys. We're gonna rate out in the next few minutes, DJ Hobo. But again, shout out to everybody that tunes in every Monday night. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I see you guys. Dreddy, 9 Instrumentals, DJ Cruz. I'm just kind of going up the list. Malcolm 10, DJ Maitar, sheesh, Swift Arms. Now who else? Shit,
Robin Bastard.
So many people that join us. Again, shout out to you guys again for always just commenting and chiming in and or just joining us on the banter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what we do. And again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on YouTube because, like I said, the algorithm, it does a little dance when you show up unannounced. You know what I'm saying? It likes that. So make sure you go over there. Make sure your presence is known. Let us know you went over there. Leave a comment. Be like, hey, I saw the episode or something. Yo, DJ Cruz up on YouTube. Blah, blah, here I is. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you watching on both ends. Because again, the episodes that end up on YouTube are a little bit different than what you're witnessing right now. This is pretty raw, pretty bare. Pause. We go on. You know what I'm saying? The Jimmy on the YouTube one. We got shiny rib for your pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing, just again, metaphors. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this dude is reckless today, man.
Yo.
It's for your pleasure. It's for your pleasure.
Yo, there's no Diddy or pause after that?
I'm stuck, bro. I don't even know what to say. This dude is wilding. Whatever strain tonight, you should leave that alone.
Any daylight outlets.
Just do that on the weekends. Just do that on the weekends, bro.
Yeah, my tar, we see you. Thank you so much. Instrumentals, we see you. Vienna sausage juice, what?
Vienna sausage juice. Oh God!
Then she drinks. He starts the sentence and ends it that way. Then she drinks Vienna sausage juice. It's like what's the next line in that poem? You know what I'm saying? Who's got the next line?
Then she gotta go.
It's like an episode of Shogun. Like, I want to leave a poem. Then she.
you drinking glizzy water, fam?
Not even glizzy. You drinking processed glizzy water, like
processed. Chemical glizzy water?
Oh, you got to figure the hot dog's already processed, right? You got to be the sausage is like chemically processed because it's very shiny. It's shiny. It's like mad shiny.
Yeah,
you know
that is the definition of nasty work. That's nasty.
That's nasty work.
Nasty work.
Chemical glizzy water with a straw.
With a straw. Puerto Rican Day parade on a hot day. You know what I'm saying?
With the snake around your neck.
Hey, make it a yellow snake. Make it a yellow snake.
Sit with the snake around your neck. Oh man!
That man scared has been to one too many Puerto Rican Day parades.
You already know.
Yeah, because I was at the same ones.
We all seen it. We all wanted a picture, but we didn't even like. Nah, I ain't gonna be the one. I take a picture, but I ain't gonna stand in line and take no picture.
Nah, man, it was always like, yo, why the fuck you bring this big ass snake out here for, man? What the just to be walking around.
Everybody loves that shit.
On the crowd.
Yo,
I remember one year, one dude was he had a hustle. He had a Polaroid camera, charging to take pictures with his snake. And I was like, this.
That's smart. That's better than the guy who walks around. That's better than the guy who walks around and tries to act like he doesn't have a snake with his neck. You know, he just walks around like, yeah, I just want to get me a drink and shit. But like, yo, fam, can you get this? No, Holmes, can you get your snake out of the way, fam?
No Diddy, fam.
No Diddy, dog.
Yo, that shit is whack, man. Dudes that they try to put the snake around your neck, pause, when you're walking down the street. Yo, come on, bro. Get out of here.
I'd rather buy you a mixtape.
Yeah, word. I buy you a mixtape. Shit, I might even buy you a t-shirt, bro. But get out of here with the fucking snake, bro.
Wow.
Is that a wife beater with a hoodie? It is.
Is that the Durangos with the wallaby heel on them?
The country clogs?
The Louis Vuitton saddle on a horse, kid.
Does the hoodie strings turn into a do-rag string? Like, what is going on?
What is nasty?
What is this? I can add a hoodie like a do-rag?
Nasty. That is nasty.
Nasty work.
That's what I want the first EBR merch. I want the first EBR merch again to pay attention. I want Cool Breeze. I want a wife beater. You know what I'm saying? In some kind of color with a hoodie, but the hoodie got extra strings on the back so we can tie it up like a do-rag if you want. And I need the hoodie to probably be like a different kind of fabric than the rest of the shirt. Maybe something like
nice my God.
What's that shit that changes color in the sun?
Damn. You want to go to Gordon Cottrell?
I want the do-rag tucked into my socks. You know what I'm saying?
You want to have a 40 bottle on the front, like a polo logo, right?
Sure. But let's stick to the original artwork, the scan, the PBR. We got the EBR. We got the EBR.
If it's a DR, do you need the Brugal on it?
Brugal. Mira, y blanco y negro.
We'll spell it with an E. We'll spell it with an E Brugal. You know what I'm saying? EBR. EBR Oogle. You know what I'm saying? E Brugal. You know what I mean? Listen, we get ready to rate out. Thank you so much again for joining us. And don't forget, every end of the month, we're dropping episodes on YouTube of the previous 5 mic battle, okay? I mean, 5 mic discussion. I keep saying battle, pardon me. So every Monday, don't forget that, every Monday we live, but don't forget every end of the month, every last Monday of the month, we're doing 5 mic dissections. I couldn't tell you right now off the top of my head what the next one is. I don't know if anybody else knows, but we've covered Tribe Called Quest's first album. We've covered Mike Ice Cube's first album. We covered is it the third album? The third album by Eric B. and Rakim, Let the Rhythm Hit Him.
Yeah.
And now we've just recently tonight covered One for All, Brand Nubian. Again, forgive me, I don't know what number 5 will be on the list.
I think Mouse at De La Soul. I think Mouse at De La Soul is next.
All right, so we got to see what's up. That might be an exclusive for Twitch only. So make sure you subscribe and follow us here.
Now I won't say that. It is.
Okay, no. Then that's what the also is that. So listen, you gotta join us here on Twitch because we don't know if that episode is gonna live on YouTube. So make sure you join us on Twitch. Yeah, it's exclusive on Twitch. We're gonna have to do it live on Twitch because we won't get shut down here, as you know. But on the other side of things, we might. Shout out to I don't know how to say that name.
9K9. That's the homie that gives us the shout outs with the rhyme.
Yeah, yo, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody.
We about to rate out, but shout out to you, Playboy. That shit was dope. Thank you so much for the shout out, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, word.
Appreciate the chat. I appreciate all you guys coming through, man.
Yeah,
we do.
I know. You know what I mean, Triple C. You know what I mean.
Yeah, word. 9K9.
The raid's been canceled. What happened to promotion?
I just wanted to. I'm gonna start it again. I just want to give 9K9 his, thank you for that joint, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that for real.
Very cool.
Appreciate
so
you,
Dreddy's in here every Monday, wilding out with us. So
yeah, go on and get some lentils, some itals too, boys.
This is September. Appreciate you as well, man. You've been down from like day one. OG Malcontent, always the fam. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. It means a lot.
All the newcomers, everybody, even the people that hang out in the back and don't say anything. We appreciate it.
Shout out to Mastermind.
Mastermind, yes, sir.
Shout out to Mastermind, the homie Yee. Artwork joints. Big up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
DJ Sensor.
YZ.
Sure. Shout out to YZ. Shout out to Sensor. Yep.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be like I said, another interesting battle next week. Make sure you tune in.
Shout out to Murder Urkel.
I don't know what did we have anything like? Do we have a few to pick from? Do we know?
I
always got stuff to pick from, but we never. Sometimes we don't pick them.
Yeah, we don't pick them exactly. I will say this: leave us suggestions because we've been wanting to do a High School High soundtrack battle. And is it High School High? It is, right?
Yes.
We talked High School High. We talked New Jersey Drive. We talked.
Maybe it needs to be those two, since those two keep like. But again, only Volume 1 of New Jersey Drive because we don't got time for Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just Volume 1.
Maybe those two together.
I mean, they both got R&B and hip hop. They both have very, very various. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our episode of what we just recently did, where we did Soul in the Hole versus Slam.
Mm-hmm.
Episode dropping soon, so you check that out. Just trying to drop you number hip hop goodies every week, man. That's it. For everybody that joined in the conversation.
Wow.